Alright, folks, this is a quick video. Oh, not a quick video, so, New Year, so this is my new video. I know some people aren't gonna like this video, but, it's in my thoughts, and I just wanted to get this shit out of my chest because it goes to show you some weird shit that seems to be, some folks seem to be hyperventilating over some weird dumb shit lately. And, this is the realm of basically Hollywood, scoopers and things of that nature. And it's the whole, people having an issue with Batman and Superman not being in the DCEU proper. Even though, I want people to preference this point, this is a rumor. Literally have no evidence because this is a film that's coming out at the end of 2022. So we really have no clue what people are talking about here. And a lot of people are being stupid. The reason why I bring this up is because it does relate politically. Because you do get involved into a lot of the weird, ridiculous, white boys that think that their medium is for them and no one else type situation. As if, black people or people of color don't look up to some of these, characters. Or, a complete whitewashing of some of the characters. I mean, a lot of people seem to forget Superman is a Jewish character, but I'm not going to bring that up. The issue that I noticed is you got a bunch of people that are just like, what? So Supergirl and Batgirl are going to be replaced? Or no, Superman and Batman are going to be replaced by Supergirl and Batgirl. Now, this is no bearing in evidence at all that those characters are getting replaced. It is very highly likely that Ben Affleck's Batman is still going to exist. It's just not going to be Ben Affleck. It's very likely that Ben is like, yeah, I'm done. That's it. Or the universe merges and Keaton is basically a what if Ben Affleck Batman got older. I mean, who cares? It's not a big deal. People are just hyperventilating over this. And people are like, well, does that mean... Well, they took Cavill's Superman out? Well, there's no evidence that's true because Man of Steel is actually still canon. So, what I think is going to get decanonized is probably going to be BVS and the Justice League stuff. That's about it. I think they're just going to stick with the Whedon version. Or they'll merge them together where it just becomes irrelevant and it doesn't really fucking matter. So essentially, the director came out and told you, and this is what baffles my mind, the director came out and told you nothing's being erased. Things are just getting merged. That's it. I don't know where this idea of stuff getting erased is coming from. And this has me shaking my head because you see folks going in complete meltdown mode. And of course people, the occasional sexism, the anti-SJW, whatever. I hate using that fucking term, to be honest. Pissed off white boys that think that the medium belongs to them, those types. That are like, oh, this is the DCCU. And it makes me laugh because it's like, as a fan of Superman and Batman, I find it, and I read their comments, by the way, I find it hilarious that you got these fucking idiots talking about the DCCU, and it's like, you guys do know Supergirl and Batgirl exist in the DC universe, right? They're their own characters. They've even had their own solo comics for quite a while, especially Supergirl. They've had their solo comics for a while. Matter of fact, if I'm being honest with you, New 52 Supergirl is probably one of the best of the super books. But that's a comic book tangent. I'm not going to get into that. New 52 Superman, I don't know what the fuck they were doing with him. But apart from that, this is like literally the problem. Because when you look at it, look at the framing, it's absurd. They're saying like, oh, they're being replaced. There's no evidence. And first off, their evidence is based on a scooper i.e. Grace Randolph, who is notorious for taking things out of the blue or making claims that are not necessarily actually within the claims, if that makes any sense. She made a couple of claims about Spider-Man No Way Home, and after watching the movie, you're like, what she said didn't even fucking happen. She got some parts, but a lot of it was 20% accurate. Like, that's a really low bar in terms of accuracy. And, you know, she's notorious for this. And sometimes I feel like, I don't know if she's like, because I know she's one of these, you know, Snyder cult people that, you know, likes the Snyder stuff. I mean, personally, I need to do a separate video on that, because I don't know where this worship of this guy comes from. Like, this idea that he's the only one that can do these DC characters it's fucking absurd to me. It's ridiculous. And we got other directors who cross over. You know, people get mad and say like, oh, we don't want these MCU DC fans are fucking, I'm telling you. There's a sliver of this fan base that it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, I don't really give a fuck about it anymore. I just stick to what I read and what I do, and that's about it. You know? Because you want folks to hyperventilate. There's always going to be the loud idiots out there that are going to basically be yelling across the room like this is a religion. But it's absurd to me. And it's just like, what baffles my mind about this is that we have like 3 Superman projects in live action. Like, we have a Val Zod series, we have Ta-Nehisi Coates' Superman, which we don't even know. You know what's funny? People are claiming that Ta-Nehisi Coates' Superman is black, with no evidence that he actually is black. It is possible that Ta-Nehisi Coates' Superman is not black. He could be somewhat Latino, but he's probably, I don't know, named Kal-El or something. There is no, not that I wouldn't mind that. But in terms of the context of the news, no one has even come out and even said this. It's people basically claiming, due to Ta-Nehisi Coates' writing, that, oh, he's going to bring race into it. How the hell do you know that? It's the same thing with Anna Devare. I mean, I was excited for her New Gods before it got canceled, because I knew that she was going to have a very diverse cast with the New Gods. Because when I heard she was directing, I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to get a freaking black Big Barda and a black Scott Free. Let's go. I'm totally down for that. You know, I'm absolutely, positively down for that, right? Because the New God characters, you can change them all you want. They do not need to be white people. I'm just letting you know that right now. It's a cosmic God story. They don't need to be white people. Just straight up. They don't need to. So in essence, I wasn't worried about that. But it sucks that it got canceled. But the Coates thing, I'm noticing a lot of people, they're making claims. They're saying, oh, it's black Superman. They have no evidence. None that it is a black Superman. It's possible that this is actually it could be like a X-Men thing, where it's like, it's a Superman story told in the angle of immigration. You know, instead of him crash landing on the Kent farm, he crash lands on a farm in, you know, near California, near the border between Mexico or whatever. You know, it's something like that, something of that nature. Even then, I have no idea what is happening with that Superman script. Like, for all we know, Ta-Nehisi Coates' Superman script is fucking Man of Steel 2. And people are making dumbass claims saying, oh, it's black Superman. How the hell do you know that? So that's number one. People are really, I remember seeing these ridiculous reactionary YouTube videos of people like complain. They're like, oh, they're making Superman black. And personally, I was like, I don't really care, because Clark Kent can't be anybody. So fuck you. Like, I don't understand like why you have an issue with that. First off, you guys don't even acknowledge that he's a Jewish character. So that's a whole nother conversation. So for me, like, this whole reactionary backlash to this whole new news about the DCEU, it's absurd to me. We got like Batman in his own world. We got 2 Batman, actually, with Keaton and Matt Reeves' version. I mean, necessarily, on a personal level, understand this sort of hyperventilation. It's just stupid. And I think it's because, it's white boy reactionaries that are just like, we don't want women, we don't want anyone in our club. And it's like, then go fuck yourselves at that point. For me, any fanboy that's in that level, I tell them, go fuck yourselves. Like, literally, I don't have time for you. Go fuck yourselves. I don't care. Go hyperventilate in the corner. Sorry, we live in the real world here. People of color, we all exist. Okay? If you got a problem that they make Jimmy Olsen black, then go fuck off. I mean, seriously. It's like, or Superman, just go F off. But again, in the context of the news, when I bring up Coates' Superman story, there is no evidence at all that he is playing, that there is a black Superman that's coming up. It is possible his story is going to be used as an allegory. I can see that. But I don't. But again, we have no evidence of what's happening. For all we fucking know, this is Man of Steel 2. And Ta-Nehisi Coates wrote it. I mean, and the people are hyperventilating. It's pathetic. So, and the whole DC Shiyu thing, that's super pathetic. I mean, that's just really pathetic. Supergirl and Batgirl are characters of their own. They're their own characters. That's how I know you guys aren't really fans of the material. Like, that got me in a flag, and I'm like, these guys don't know Supergirl has her own solar books? Batgirl has her own solar books? Yeah, they're related to Batman, but they have their own stories and adventures they have on their own. So, just because there's no evidence that Superman and Batman are erased, it's highly likely they still exist in the wonderful DCEU. It's just that, well, Superman's out doing something else. And we're just going to follow Supergirl from now on. How is this a problem? This doesn't bother me because we got a Superman TV show, we got another live action series, and we got another film coming out by Ta-Nehisi Coates that's writing it. Superman is fine. He's not getting replaced. So, shut up. And I see most people who are mostly really going at it are the Snyder Cut people. It's making me think that maybe y'all motherfuckers shouldn't have actually greenlit this thing. And people are still like, and you got people doing videos about decanonizing. I hate when they do that shit. Like people saying like, oh, we need to get rid of Shazam. It doesn't fit with the Snyder Cut. Why? Because, what, Billy isn't a depressed psycho? Has Snyder portrays some of these characters? Because it doesn't make sense to make Billy into a serious character that's like, it's weird. It's fucking weird. Or, like, what the hell? It's, oh my God. I mean, I'm not saying a lot of this is WB's fault because they tried to jump before the ship, you know what I mean? But the fact that they're like, okay, we're going to restructure, we're going to basically just sort of acknowledge the Snyder universe, but not really harp on it that much. And then these motherfuckers are like, nope, we need it. And it's just like, and they're spreading false information too. Like they keep bringing they're getting replaced. And it's like, dude, you're going to believe a scoop from Grace Randolph? Really? There's no test screening of the film. So I don't know where the fuck this news came from. So they're either lying or she was misinformed. That's most likely what probably happened. Because I bet you if we see the movie and nothing happens with what she says, I would be right. And you know what? I bet money I am right on this. I think she misrepresented a lot of information. And that's why I don't like scoop shit. That's why I don't deal with leaks and all that. I don't do that. Especially game leaks. I don't do any of that stuff. Because what the fuck's the point? I remember I did the whole game leak thing when this was like before GTA 5 came out. And I know everyone was like, oh, we're going to Miami first. There was like huge leaks. I remember that. This was before GTA 5 came out. And everyone was just like, no, man, it's going to be in Miami, man. It's going to be Vice City. And then people found out it was like, oh, it's in Los Santos? The fuck? And I'm like, yeah, guys. You guys were harping on a fucking leak. I mean, come on. That's why I don't deal with hype train shit. This is why Fandom, I wait when things come out and I enjoy it. That's what you guys should do too. Don't over don't overbear yourself with the leaks and other nonsense. Don't do that. And also, last PCA, because of course this is gonna get political at the end. Seriously, fuck these comic gate fuckwits. I mean, seriously. Some of you guys really need to get a life. Or better yet, not be on the internet. I'm sorry if that's cruel, but some of you guys don't need to be on the fucking internet. Like, it's very clear some of you guys do not need to be on the internet. Since you're buying into this, like, ridiculous, like, nonsensical... And we all know a lot of you fuckers are one of the reasons why the Star Wars backlash was ridiculous. It was absurd. I mean, some of you guys made hour-long videos about The Last Jedi, a movie that I personally don't like either, but you guys overblow that shit to make it look like this was the worst movie ever. And it's like, guys, get over the fuck yourselves. Like, seriously. It's fucking pathetic. You made a 2-hour video complaining about The Last Jedi? Get a life, dude. And this is a person coming from me who isn't a fan of Disney's canon. But I also don't like the disrespect that a lot of the actors got. A lot of the racist bullshit some of these actors got. That was undeserving. Sexist. Yeah, that was undeserving. They did not need that. That was not their fault. And a lot of you guys, these guys, their channels, they know who they are. I'm not going to name their names, but we all know who they are. Especially a certain individual that's basically gone white wing that I just don't care for. Just call himself Yellow Flash. I really don't care for him that much anymore. I really don't give a fuck about him. So it's, it's like, we're going to sit here and make a 2-hour video about The Last Jedi. It's insane to me. I'm sorry. It's just nuts. And this is why I tend not to care about this sort of thing. I just don't. Or they make videos like Closer Look. I mean, Closer Look, oh my God, he's another one that I just don't care for. It's like, how to ruin a villain with No Time to Die. And I saw the video and I'm like, what the fuck is this? That wasn't the narrative. That wasn't the point of the narrative of the Bond of No Time to Die. That wasn't the fucking point. Yes, the bad guy was there, but that wasn't the entire narrative point of the story. Okay? That wasn't the point. No Time to Die, a lot of the times, that film is about closure. So I was confused when I saw his review, and I'm like, this is dumb. I don't know why you were complaining about a fucking villain. So, again, that's sort of my whole spiel on the whole ridiculous nerddom news that has come out lately post like this new year that, that people have been hyperventilating over. And it's just been really pathetic. It's just like, and what bothers me is, this is what bothers me the most. People are getting mad over a rumor. And it's like, guys, rumors half the time aren't even correct. So the fact that you're getting mad about a rumor that is possibly not even true, and you're making yourself mad, that goes to show you that you just kind of just want to be mad. And a lot of these guys are like are showing their asses at this point, from what I've seen. They're like showing their asses. And it's just like, yeah, we knew that about you guys. We knew about you guys, right? The same thing with people like Midnight Edge, these other fucking idiots out there on the internet. It's funny because Zack Snyder doesn't really give a fuck about you guys, right? He called out geeks and gamers, so it's like he doesn't really give a fuck about you guys. So it's just like all of a sudden these guys are like, they worship the and this is why I've always said, man, Snyder Cut folks that say like, oh, we're not a cult, we're not reactionaries. But you got a lot of reactionaries, dude, banging on your corner. There's something wrong here. Something really, really wrong here. So anyhow, I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't want to go on a ramble, but it's my second video of the new year. So I just said to myself, let's make it a little fun. see me rant about something unrelated. But yeah, final note. My opinion, don't see a problem with Supergirl and Batgirl having more emphasis. It doesn't mean that they're replacing the characters. It's very likely that Superman and Batman are going to exist in background. It's not like these guys are just going to be like, oh, I'm gone. Like, no, they're still going to be there. Come on, get over yourself. They're still going to be there. They have their fucking symbols. Come on. They're still going to be there. You know, the main characters, the heroes, Superman, Batman, they're still going to be there. Okay? They're going to be in the background. They're just going to give more emphasis on the legacy characters. That, or the Superman's family / Bat family legacy characters. They're going to focus on them while giving us newer DC characters. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And people need to get over themselves over it. And stop acting like, you know, man, the Snyder Cut was the second coming of Jesus. I mean, guys, did you know the plot that this guy wanted to do? Like, I'm surprised people want Cavill Superman to come back. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, Snyder was going to character assassinate Superman. To the point in which even Cavill has come out now and is like, yeah, I don't like where this thing was going to go. I mean, even he has come out and said, yeah, Batman v Superman and the other stuff was a bit of a mistake here. Especially like, oh my God, I mean, we were going to get another fucking bullshit evil Superman plot. You got Snyder Cut fanboys coming to me saying like, well, injustice. And I'm like, dude, Injustice is a dumbass story. It's a dumbass plot for a fighting game. Understand this, right? It's like, well, it's interesting because Superman turns evil. Dude, I don't give a fuck about that. Okay? The premise is dumb. Superman being like, oh, Lois has died. Time to go dictatorship. This is why it was a good thing that I read Kingdom Come years ago, before Injustice ever came out. And this is one of my favorite comics, by the way, Kingdom Come. It's great that I read that story, because that story sort of debunked the whole bullshit that, well, Superman's going to go crazy if Lois dies. No. In Kingdom Come, everybody gets iced in the Daily Planet, including Jimmy Olsen and his friends. And Superman still holds on to his principles and is like, yep, I'm not going to turn evil. Yet Injustice, oh, Lois died. Oh, well, fuck it. I don't like it. It's sexist in a way, because it's like, oh, we got to fridge Lois in order to make him evil. What? Why does that making Superman evil come in the same sentence of his name? Like, it's just absurd to me. It's stupid. It's moronic, and it's fucking dumb. I don't like, I've told people this a zillion times. I don't give a fuck about evil Superman. I don't care about it. Because it's moronic. Also, I kind of feel like it's low-key racist, because it's implying that since he's an immigrant / alien, he, for some reason, can never be trusted. That's what it low-key is implying with the sci-fi subtext. That's what it's kind of implying. You can never trust foreigners because their allegiances aren't sound. That's what it feels like. That's why I personally don't care for evil Superman archetypes. There are good ones. And I can name a few. Omni-Man. The Omni-Man isn't really that at all in Invincible. He's more like General Zod, basically. Invincible has like two characters that are like General Zod amalgamation. So it's not really the same thing. But yeah, that's sort of my whole thing with the Snyder thing. You know? Anyhow, I'm in the video. I'm rambling now. So, everyone, y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. And stay frosty, because it's fucking cold out here.